saying things people already know out loud is tight.
Avada Kedavra.
You park in front of your house, I park in front of my house.
This is
Hey, if you don't stop, I will contact the usher.
What's up everyone, it's Adam from FWCI and we're going to have a look at Louis C.K.'s special called Sincerely. Louis C.K., this is his first stand-up special since all that business that went on with that ended up with his movie getting cancelled and a whole heap of other stuff that was, his stardom was at that point where he was about to just completely shoot into the mainstream way more than he already was, and he was already becoming a pretty huge star, and suddenly all of that just ended. Obviously the reports that he liked to masturbate in front of other comedians, there's a few examples of it, and I think the main reason that they're saying it was so inappropriate was because he was quite successful at the time and other people weren't. I think that's the main thing. I don't know, it was kind of shocking and weird and disappointing to hear when it happened, but at the end of the day, Louis C.K. is one of the funniest people on the planet, and I will die on that hill. It's like Louis, Chappelle, Bill Burr, and then you kind of get into the next tier of like, you know, Chris Rock and guys like that. But Louis is top tier comedy. I miss his comedy so much. I didn't even know that these specials existed. People in the comments were telling me, I think it was during my Bill Burr reaction, that yes, there are Louis C.K. specials out there. So I don't know how this is going to go trying to get it up on YouTube. If the editing's a little bit funky, there may be a reason for that. But let's check out Sincerely, Louis C.K. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I look at all sorts of stand-up comedy, TV shows, movies, you name it. Let's do it. Man, I cannot put into words how embarrassing and humbling it must be to go in front of a crowd like this after, you know, the publicity that surrounded this man for, you know, a long time.
Thank you.
How long is it going to take him to get into it, though? It's a huge elephant in the room.
All right. How was your last couple of years?
Yeah. Probably better than yours, man.
2018 and 19 for you guys. Anybody else get in global amounts of trouble? Anybody else?
Oh, Louis. Oh, Louis. Oh. By the way, this is a very awkward thing to try and make fun about. When you're the person involved, man, that would suck.
A lot of trouble. Wait till they see those pictures of me in blackface. That's gonna be... That's gonna make it a lot worse. I like it. I like how it feels.
Bro.
You know what? I learned a lot.
Yeah.
When you get in trouble, you learn who your real friends are. It's true. People like saying that like that's a good thing. Who the fuck wants to know who their real friends are? You don't want to know that, believe me. You don't want to know. It's never who you want it to be.
This is incredibly, like, sad and depressing, but fucking hilarious as well. Because you know this was reality for him.
I have a feeling when she prays, God's like, ugh. This one makes me want to get out of the business. How many of you, by applause, believe there's a God? How many people?
A God? I don't know.
30 out of 1,400. That's nice. That's nice. That shit's over. It's just fucking over. You go to a church, it's like going to a roller skating rink on a Wednesday. It's like... I don't know. I don't think there's a God. And that's not a conviction. I just don't suppose. I just reckon there ain't.
I'm with you. I reckon there ain't a God as well.
And because I don't believe there's a God, I fucking hope there's not a God. Oh, please. I mean, if you don't believe in God, that's what you believe, that when you die, you're just garbage. You are your family's newest garbage. My mom died last year, and we asked her, like, what do you want, like, before she died? We didn't I asked my mom what she wanted us to do with her body, and she said, just burn it. That's what she said. Burn it.
Does she mean cremate? Is that the one?
She went online with a credit card and she booked her own cremation. It's true. At a place called Boston Crematorium. This place that burns. He was in there for a while. I didn't say anything. I'm just saying he was in there with my mom for a long time. That's all I'm saying. And also that I was worried he was fucking my dead mother.
God damn it. God damn it.
I was talking to my friend the other day about Jesus, Christ. And, I don't remember what happened to mention that Jesus was Jewish. And my friend said, he was? And I said, yeah, Jesus was Jewish. And he said, I don't think so. And I said, that's okay. It already all happened.
It's not up to you.
Was he Presbyterian? What was he? Catholic? Okay, Jesus was Catholic. And he had a gold chain with a cross.
I honestly don't know the difference between like Christianity, Catholicism, Presbyterian. I don't pay much attention to religion in any way, shape, or form.
And he gets 72 virgins. That's right. That's the story always. 72 virgins. Which, first of all, who are those women? All right, ladies. The good news is you're going to heaven. The weird news.
You and 71 of the other ones are gonna have to fuck this one guy.
Raised Sam, and he just whips up 72 women. All right, nobody fuck these. I'm saving them for that guy. Get your own 72 virgins for all eternity. First of all, they're only virgins when you first get them. Once you start fucking them,
That's
it's
a
over.
weird, gross concept, isn't it? You get 72 virgins. Why do I want that? Why do I need so many of them, man?
69 whores.
There you go.
That has to be one of the more confusing moments in God's life, when he's handing off 72 virgins to some guy who just blew up a bus in Tel Aviv. And he's like, all right,
Jesus Christ.
what the fuck am I doing? I don't even know anymore. Because we don't have a sense of God. Because it doesn't say anything anymore. He used to talk all the time. He used to go up to people on the street. Hey, tell everybody I said that. Writing on the rocks. Look at that! Do it! And it was confused. Everybody's like, oh, okay, trying to figure it out. And then for 2,000 years, he just, nothing. Says nothing. And everybody's fighting. He could clear a lot of shit up with a 5-minute press conference. Also, I don't care who you fuck. I don't care. It never mattered. It was Adam and Eve and Steve. They were all fucking each other. I was jerking off to it. It was a great time.
Oh, Louis.
I like cities. I don't like little places. When I go to Europe, I go to the big cities. Everybody tells you, don't go to Madrid. You got just go to Madrid for like a day. And then you got to take a train. And you have to go to It's a beautiful little old village. And you're gonna love it. Fuck you, you don't know me. I'm not gonna love a village in Europe.
It's an hour away.
With a bell that goes. I don't like little towns in America either, with little shops. Oh, look at that little shop. Let's go in that little shop.
Oh, you don't use the word shop?
You go in and it's like, clill-a-ling-ling. Clill-a-ling.
So you don't shoplift, motherfucker.
And you can't just go, ugh, and leave. Like, she saw you. You have to go all
I
the
would.
way in now.
If I didn't want to be in a shop, I'd be like, I'll just wait outside. You're good.
You made this instead of killing yourself? My fantasies are about being mean, just having the balls to like walk in a little store like that and just go like, oh, I don't like this at all. I don't like it in here.
Asshole.
What's your name, Debbie? Fuck you, Debbie. I don't like your store. I was in Florida recently. I don't like Florida at all. That's a shit state full of shit people. That's what I think. I hate Florida. I hate it. I hate the whole thing. The entire...
If I go to the States, Florida's where I probably want to go. Regrettably. That's just where everything I want to do is, though.
Every time there's a hurricane, I'm like, yeah, get them. Get them all, Melissa. No.
That's bad timing. Sorry, Louis.
You walk in, the staff is like sitting at the tables, you know? And you walk in, you're like, are you open? They're like, yeah. And so you go, oh, good. And they're like, oh.
I've worked in restaurants like that.
And she says, you know Finnish? Which is what she said. I'm not... I'm not going to change what she fucking said. I'm not going to lie to you and say that she said you're not going to finish that, because it doesn't happen to be what she said.
He's right. That is true.
And I have to do the accent.
I love accents. I've never been disrespect, but I love a good finish.
She said, you know Finnish? Do you know Finnish? That's exactly what she said. It's a perfect replica. And I said, no, I know Finnish. Because I think that's polite. To repeat people's bad English to them.
It kind of is, in a way. It's not a politeness, but it can be a good way of communicating clearly.
And in the window of the drugstore, they had a wheelchair on display in the window. Is that really an impulse purchase? I should get a wheelchair.
Today might be the day that I finally buy that wheelchair I've been thinking about.
With my paralysis.
I guess that too.
Since my legs were blown off at the marathon.
Louis! You are asking for it.
Okay.
You all right?
Okay.
You all right? A lot of people from Boston here.
Apparently.
Oh!
Let me point some out to you. Let me point some out to you, motherfuckers.
Oh, God.
You were just, like, seconds ago, laughing at a man with no legs crawling on the ground. You're just...
He doesn't exist.
And then at the end, you're like, oh, but not those particular legless people.
I don't want to know that he lost them in a legitimate historic event.
Just some asshole with a childhood disease who deserves to be laughed at. Not one of those.
Fuck.
Now we're laughing at all legless people equally. However you lost your leg.
Noted.
Ha ha ha. You haven't legs. We've legs.
Oh, pain in my cheeks from laughing.
I wouldn't like having no legs. I really don't think I would like it. I think it would suck. I think it would suck shit out of the balls of Christ.
Whoa.
It's an old Southern expression. It's not.
Is it? I never heard that one before, Louis.
What if they don't want to be? Because the only story we want to hear is about the amazing disabled people. He's amazing. He lost his legs and then he won the leg-having contest. What about disabled people who aren't amazing? Like retarded people. We're going to talk about retarded people for 20 minutes.
Oh, boy. All right. Here we go.
Mostly I want to talk about the word retarded, okay? Because the word retarded, it's a bad word. Now, people do not like the word retarded. They find it very offensive. Now, I'm a little confused by this, because it wasn't always a bad word. And I grew up in the 70s, and it wasn't bad back then. And most bad words were always bad. You know, cunt never had a day in the sun. There was never a...
I think you're going to be in Australia next month. You should
Come here,
take it for...
cunt. Tell me what you want for Christmas.
That's it. That's what we do. Enjoy some sea bombing while you're in Australia there, Louis.
It wasn't controversial. It wasn't like he's retarded. It was like he is retarded. This fellow right here. Help the fucking retard! You gonna tell me she was a bad person?
What is that on his shirt? Did he come on himself? I couldn't help myself.
There was TV movies about retarded people all the time.
Oh, I think I see more disabled people out and about these days.
And he had feathered blonde hair and juicy lips. And he's on the cover of Teen Beat magazine. Like, but I already had inappropriate sex feelings for teenage boys when I was 6. I was an old soul. Not anymore. I outgrew it. But no. I'm not sexually attracted to teenage boys.
I love that he has to like clarify everything. By the way,
You can see it. Like I was in an airport once, and I'm walking along where people walk in the airport, and there's these.
where the fuck are you going with this, Louis?
And one had basketball shorts, and they both just had their legs open because they don't give a fuck. Both legs just splayed,
The
and then just this
crowd is silent right now.
didn't do anything to me. But I kind of wanted to stop and go, "Hey, fellas, let's close that shit up, huh? You're not getting me, but I know you're causing a problem for somebody in this airport. Let's close it up."
No.
Anyway, let's return to the comfortable subject of retarded people, shall we?
Sure. Let's do that. Fucking hell.
Retarded character. He wore thick glasses. He talked like Elmer Fudd. That was the whole thing. So he goes up to the guy who runs the group home he lives in, and he says, "I want to get a job." And the guys who runs it is like, Republican conservative. So he's like, "You can't get a job. You're retarded."
That guy definitely has silver hair, you know it.
Of course he can get a job. He's as good as anyone. So they let him get a job as an air traffic controller, whatever was available. It's a very nice love story. And he says, "We want to get married." And the guy says, "We want to have a baby." And the liberal lady says, "No fucking way." And they just shut them down right there. And that's the end of the movie.
Is that really how it goes?
And the point of the movie is just, hey, there's a limit. Like, the word is not basically a bad word. It's a medical term.
Yeah, it means to like prevent.
Because it's used as an insult, really. Not towards retarded people. Nobody does that.
Yeah, good point.
Retarded people retarded to insult them? What would be the point of that?
There was probably a lot of that going on in my school, actually.
Fucking chair. Like, what are you doing?
But I would say most of the use of that word was aimed at people that were not retarded.
And in that moment, no one retarded is insulted. They're not. Do you know why? Because they're not there. Because we don't include them in our lives.
Oh my God.
We told many generations of people that they were retarded. We told them that that's what they are, and they lived with it, and they dealt with it. And then we just decided it's a bad word. So did we tell them this? Did we go back to them and explain this to them?
I think there was a big transition between retarded and
retarded
disabled,
anymore. You mean I'm cured? No. No. No, we're not even working on it.
Louis!
I went to France. I had a great time. I fell in love. I met a woman. I fell in love in France, and we've been together since then. It's been nice. And I was taking care of her. So she had a fever. I gave her a thermometer, and she put it in her asshole.
All right, France. What are you doing over there?
All of France puts thermometers in their assholes.
Why? You can put it in your ear. Or...
You don't do this? You don't put here in America?
Please don't tell me he's like...
Glass thermometer filled with mercury in our anuses. You Fucking savage.
Well, we do it to babies and dogs.
You ever take your dog's temperature? You have to hold your dog's ass still, and then you slip it in there, and your dog looks at you like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to me?
My mate's dog was not well, and he had to apply like Valium via the dog's anus. And I swear to fucking God, this dog, he was what do they call it? Epileptic. This dog was, and he was having a seizure. My mate puts the applicator in the dog's ass, and it stopped the seizure. The dog stopped, like, whoa. What's happening here? Like, the sensation was enough to just snap him out of having a fucking epileptic fit. Oh, God.
Dogs are so dumb, it's fucking tragic. It's sad how dumb they are. They're in our lives and they know nothing about what's happening. Like a dramatic moment in your family, like you're in the living room telling the kids that grandma died and everybody's crying and the dog's sitting there like... I know you.
Tail wagging, having a great time.
And then one of the times you throw the ball, the dog looks at you like, I didn't see what happened. I'm sorry. I don't know anything now. Please help. So you point at the ball. There it is. Right there. It's right there. And the dog just looks at your finger. There's no way he's going to get this concept that there's an invisible line. I have a great dog. I got a dog last year. She's a great dog. I did not adopt her, I'll be honest with you. I bought her with money. That's the truth.
Well, at least he's honest.
My dog in New York.
I hate New York. I really do. I used to love New York, but I hate it now. I'd rather be in Auschwitz than New York City. Honestly, I would. I mean Auschwitz now. I mean to.
Right. Okay.
Not back when it was open. I mean now. It's nice now.
Oh, Louis.
That people buy tickets to Auschwitz. That's weird. If you could have told those people back then, people are going to buy tickets to come here. Because they killed 6 million Jews. If they only killed like 10,000, would it be like, okay, 2 more times? And then taper off because it's a little much.
Oh, God.
I'll tell you, I went to Auschwitz. This is a true story. I actually did go to Auschwitz because I was doing shows in Poland. Because I had to go to Poland to do shows. 44 members of my family were in Auschwitz during World War II. I mean, they were guards. They worked there. No. They were Jews and they died. It's okay. Don't be offended. It's true. We lost the whole family there. Everybody, because we were Hungarian Jews. My grandfather, on my father's side.
What the fuck is his background? I thought he was like half Mexican.
My grandfather's the only one who made it. Because he got the fuck out of there before it started. In the late 20s, he fucking smelled that shit and he got the fuck out. And he went to Mexico. He migrated to Mexico.
Yeah, there we go.
It says nationality, Hungarian, and it says religion, Catholic. And there's a picture of him like...
I like Catholic.
And they named it Geza. And it died. The baby died. So they had another one. And they just said, fuck it, Geza. Let's just do it. The babies died. It was no big deal back then. It was just like, yeah, that was a shitty baby. Let's do another one.
It's probably true. Let's do another one. Let's see what happens on the next one.
There's always a documentary. Look at this baby. He's a fucking mess. You see that shit? We're going to save it and make it live. And the baby's like, please don't.
Make it live. Man, make it live puts out a whole different spin on that situation.
And then if you die when you're old, nobody gives a shit. They're like, he was here long enough. Fuck him. She was 98. Oh. Why'd you even tell me?
It's to be expected, man. All my grandparents died at very old age, and none of them came as a surprise.
Like, I bought a winter coat the other day. I was like, this is my last coat. I don't need a bunch of these. 2 in their 50s to get me through my 60s. And then when I'm 75, 21 years old. That's when I'm doing that. 21. She gets the rest of my money. Just blow me to my grave and keep the change.
Oh my God.
Because you have to be over 40 to have the compassion and the sense of humor to fuck around. If you're in a bad marriage, by the way, you know what you should do? Just stay home. Don't make people, just self-quarantine. Don't make... One of them's like, we saw that show on Wednesday. The other one's like, it wasn't Wednesday.
Oh, that's awkward when that shit happens, man.
The woman, she's supposed to sit here, she comes up to me, she says, would you mind moving so I can sit with my husband? And he's behind her, he's like... And I wanted to help him. But what am I going to say to his wife? Just, no, I won't move. Then I have to sit with her. So I just got off the plane. I didn't go on the trip. And it took off and it hit the World Trade Center. So that was... Yeah, that was bad. When I say something and people get angry, I just like how that feels.
But I learned it too early. I think that's the problem.
I learned all the bad words when I was 6. I learned them all in one day from this old dude who hung around our neighborhood. I don't know if
Is his name George Carlin by any chance?
And if you're a kid walking alone, he'd walk up and, hey, talk to you. Because it was the 70s. You could just walk up to kids and talk to them.
Now you can't even fucking...
I don't even need to be told. I just know that it's wrong. I would know it was wrong even if it was popular. Even if people were like, you should fuck kids, it's great.
I would know it's wrong even if it was popular. Oh, God.
And he said, hey, do you want to know all the bad words?
Hook me up.
I said, yes, I think I do. So he was like, all right, okay, fuck, shit, piss, dick, balls, ass, cock, diarrhea, pussy, fart, cum.
Diarrhea?
And I was
Why's that
like,
in there?
I went to school, I went right up to my teacher, I said, fuck, shit, piss, dick, balls, ass, cock, diarrhea, cum, fart. And she started crying. I used to date a woman who was a vegan, so I had to fuck her with my dick substitute. Like, you probably met your first vegan in the 90s. You had like a dinner party, and somebody brought a vegan. And they said, just so you know, I'm a vegan. You're like, I'm sorry, you're a vegetarian? And they're like, no.
What is the thing that they tell you?
Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, I have no food for you.
Eat a napkin.
Kind of like gay people, sort of a similar trajectory of growth.
Culture, you know?
Gay people and vegans have a lot in common. Like, they both have to tell their families at Thanksgiving. That's when they have to tell them. Your mother worked all night cooking that turkey. It's pretty gay, but it's not wrong. But that's what people used to say. And now nobody says that. And I think that's a positive change.
Yeah.
Although I do
It goes under the radar
There
as
are
well.
gay people who miss when it was wrong. Maybe there's a few who miss when it was... Because wasn't it a little more
What?
fun? When it was like, this is fucking crazy.
I don't know, probably like the beatings and like all the violence and shit may not be a great trade-off, but I get what he means.
Now they're like everybody else, which is great. And they can get married, that's terrific. But is that fun?
Damn, Louis, you'd be sweating in that show. What is going on? I'd be sweating after half of the shit that he said in this special, to be honest.
I don't even mean just gay people. Just some people like when sex is a little fucked up, you know? Some people like when sex is a little fucked up. All right, you want to talk about it? Should we talk about it?
Yeah, let's talk about it, bro.
All right. I don't mind talking about it. Okay. Here's some advice that really only I can give you. Here's my advice. If you ever ask somebody, can I jerk off in front of you? Just let me finish. I mean...
Louis! Oh, no.
May I jerk off in front of you? And they say yes. Just say, are you sure? That's the first part.
Wow, okay.
If they say yes, just don't fucking do it. Just don't do it. Because look, whatever you're into, okay? Because everybody's got their thing. Whatever your thing is, I don't know. You all have your thing.
Yeah, I had a quick read into this before I started, and the statement that I read from, there was two female comedians. It was like they asked him and they thought he was joking, and then he started doing it, and they just stood there and allowed it to happen. So I think that's probably who he's talking about there.
I don't know what your thing is. You're so fucking lucky that I don't know what your thing is. Do you understand how lucky you are that people don't know your fucking thing? Because everybody knows my thing.
Oh, no.
Everybody knows my fucking thing now. Obama knows my thing. Do you understand? To know that Obama was like, good Lord. So whatever your thing is, I don't know what it is. Maybe you can't come unless you have your father on speakerphone. Whatever it is.
God. I feel sorry for whoever that person is and their dad.
Because sex communication during sex can be very confusing. Like sometimes you're with a woman, you're having sex, she's making noises. She's going like, ooh, ah. And you're like, oh, she loves it. Not necessarily. So to assume that she likes it is like if they heard slaves singing in the fields and you're like, hey, they're having a great time out there.
God damn. Whew, that's a hell of a comparison.
People are like, why do you want to do it anyway? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucked, man.
I get lonely. Where is everyone? It's just sad. I like company. I like to share. I'm good at it, too.
It's fucked if someone has to, like, explain their fucking sexual kinks to, like, the public. That's fucking bullshit.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about
Very
that.
fucking easy for people to judge in that situation. That looked like it was painful for him, to be completely honest.
You ever wonder how many people ever fucked your mom? We're almost done. You're doing great. This is important.
0.
I don't feel like a lot of dudes fuck my mom. Not because she's like pure, because I don't think so. But because you don't know your mom. That's the truth. You don't really know your mother. You feel like you know her, but you know what she told you.
Oh yeah, I know my mom pretty well.
Think about your mom's life story as she told it to you. There's huge holes in that story.
No, my mom's story's pretty much back to back. I don't think anything interesting happened. Other than when this dude rocked up, I guess. And to a lesser extent, my siblings.
Where a mother and a daughter switch bodies and then they're like, whoa! Then I think they should make another one of those movies. But it should be about a mother who switches bodies with her son. But it's not a comedy, it's a drama.
Medical affliction.
I don't want to be my mommy anymore.
This doesn't sound like an entertaining movie.
And then at the end of the movie, they never switch back.
Wow. Christ. That's a bleak ending to that situation, man. Whew. That was a very, that was an interesting watch. He looked like he still, not that he wasn't ready to get back on stage, but it looked like he was still hurting a lot from the years that preceded this. And yeah, it showed. It really showed. The comedy was pretty good. Most of it was pretty solid. Some of it was a little bit creepy. I don't know if that was like a way of like, taking the subject matter away from, like, you know, the things that he did or his indiscretions or whatever we're going to call it, but some of the topics went on a little bit too much to the point where I was like, okay, you're bringing this up a lot. Like, what is going on here? This seems to be a very much a constant throughout the entire show, and no matter who the comedian was, if somebody kept bringing up a particular topic, it needs to be exceptionally funny or a running gag or something like that. This seemed to, I don't know, maybe some of those topics just made me feel uncomfortable, but I still enjoyed this special. I'm going to be watching the next one as well. I wasn't expecting him to really get into the, like, details of that whole situation. I I do think it's interesting the way that he discussed it, and he's like, even if somebody says yes, make sure you ask again, which is true, but I can see the situation that he was referring to there, and yeah, it sounds like there's a little bit of resentment from Louis in that. And honestly, with the impact that this situation had on his life, like, that's one thing I don't agree with. Like, and I guess this is as good a time as any to talk about it. If somebody is currently actively, aggressively committing, like, you know, sexual assault and things like that, then that's probably somebody that shouldn't be hired anywhere to do anything. If it's like a pattern of like ongoing and recent things like that, it feels weird when it's like, hey, 25 years ago this person said this or did this and things like that. That's where it starts to feel a little bit disconnected, like that person can't make a mistake and then, you know, move on with their life in a positive way and learn from that experience and things like that. That's why I feel like the big difference is this an ongoing thing that, you know, is still a concern, or is this something historic that happened and then has never happened ever since? So let me know in the comments what you guys thought about all that. I will be doing the next Louis CK special. I subscribed on his website, so I get all of the specials, so I'll be checking that one out as well. Thanks for checking this one out, and as always, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace!